Welcome to this week's vlog, and I'm sure you've all seen the fallout from the Treasury meeting on Tuesday. It was just so deflating to sit in a meeting that was initially opened by James Murray saying, "You wanted a meeting, so I've offered you one." No sense that they were listening, no sense that they accepted that they needed to change or that they might have got anything wrong. The arguments that were put forward by all of the farming organisations present were battered away repeatedly. There was no empathy. There was no concern for the future of farming and food production. When I look at the geopolitical situation globally, with what's happening between Russia and the Ukraine and the involvement of the United States, it feels like there's never been a more important time for this country to really prioritise food security, as the government said they would in their manifesto. We were very deflated when we left the meeting, and we've had to pick ourselves back up and work out what comes next. We've got NFU conference next week in Westminster, and there'll be a very poignant campaign moment with all those toys that have come in from thousands of members with letters attached about what this means for your farm, your family and your future. And a delivery of some of those toys will take place to Treasury just to mark that moment. Then on the 4th of March, the organisers of the original London rally are organising another event in London, which we will be supporting. We've also got a survey taking place at the moment, which is being done jointly with Family Business UK with CBI Economics. It's absolutely essential that we continue to build the data, the evidence, the impact assessments, so that we can really demonstrate what the changes mean for your likely business investment for the future. I would urge you all to take part in that survey. Following that, there'll be more upcoming, but we have to focus on how we get the outcomes. Backbench MPs are very, very cross with the government. The very fact that we offered the clawback solution and the government have battered it away when they've repeatedly said nobody's been coming forward with solutions means that those backbench MPs are now considering what next steps they may take. We've got to empower them to speak out against the government. We've got to continue to provide the evidence from you and your farms as to what this means moving forwards. We need to broaden the agenda so that it matters to more inner city Labour MPs, but also to more consumers, so they understand what this means for the future investment in food production in this country. So yes, it was an incredibly deflating meeting. It was something that none of us wanted to be facing into, but we've got to go again. We've got to use the anger, the genuine concern in the membership, channel it so that we really do push forward with those MPs and try to make a real difference. We've also had our fringe events for commodity boards taking place over this week. Thank you very much to the board chairs and to the chiefs that have been organising them, and to all of you that have joined those meetings to find out about what's going on in your sector and the work that's being prioritised. This week, I've written with some of the chief executives of some of the environmental NGOs to the Secretary of State, recalling on the Secretary of State and DEFRA to have an uplift in payment in our HLS environmental schemes. Our original environmentalists in some of the most fragile landscapes in the country have been unfairly treated because they can't transition into the new environmental schemes, and they've had no uplift since the start of those agreements. So we're making a joint call on DEFRA to backdate an uplift in payments to the 1st of January. I look forward to seeing some of you at conference next week, and I'll speak to you after that event. Thank you very much for listening.